Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a little info on what I will be delivering to your house and some guidelines and expectations for our school belongings. So this is our writing folder, and we will use this from year to year. So if you can, try to keep it as clean as you can so that we can reuse it. I will talk about this stuff soon. Let's go over our first one. So this is our calendar journal. So this is new to them. The one that we have at school, I forgot. So this is a different one. Go ahead and every morning when you watch the video of calendar, go ahead and fill that out. You may use dry erase markers on here. Please do not take it out and use pen or pencil on them. They are made to use for reusing. So anytime that they need to write and have aid in writing, use this as their dictionary, as their kindergarten Bible, as their go-to self-help packet. So in it, there's number words, color words, phonics, months of the year, even money. It's pretty self-explanatory. If a student can't sound out a word, or as we say in kindergarten, stretchy the snake it for CVC words, those consonant, vowel, consonant words, and they are sight words that they just aren't able to sound out, you can definitely look at the My Sight Words alphabet. So they should know their letters, and they might not know how to spell where, and you can't say, well, sound out where. You can say, look under the W, and it starts with a WH. So then they can find it very easily on their own. For the beginning writers, and you're telling them that it makes a sound, and you want them to find the letter that's you're spelling for mom, you can just say it's next to the letter, or it's next to the letter, or it's on top of the v letter, or under the d letter, or it's the 12th letter in the alphabet. So let them really find out and do some self-help for finding information on how to spell things. There are sentence starters in here. Oh, look, it already has, I circled it for Zoe, and I guess since we haven't used it in a while, it's a little hard to erase, but a little bit of Windex or a little bit of elbow grease and it will go away. But these are good ways for students to start sentences, kind of they're able to read it a little bit easier, so then they're able to finish the sentence, not get so stuck on wanting to write. So it kind of chunks that up. So they can use these sentence starters. We have our class pictures to help children write letters to their friends and how to spell their friends' names. We have family members. Always, 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 after they're done writing, make sure that they do the check. Did you use a capital letter? Did you write on the lines? Did you use finger spaces? Did you put a end mark at the end of your sentence for punctuation? So if you have a fast finisher and you're like, I'm done, Mom, make them go back and make sure that we have standards that will get them ready for first grade. We have our vowel sounds. So these we'll be learning. We're learning these currently right now. So when they're trying to decode a word and sound it out, and you're not able to sound out the in nurse. Because if we were to sound out nurse, it would be a like an R sound. Nurse. But you can say it's a UR as in nurse. So direct them to the pictures and say that the letters in between the beginning, middle, and end, the middle sound is a as in nurse. So you'll be able to use these picture cues to help decode words and spelling and within writing. I got blends, the beginning sounds. We're starting that with beginning sounds, C, C, V, C, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant. So we're starting to put those two letters together and say that they make one sound. For example, if we did swan, so we would say sw, an, swan. Instead of sw, an, we say sw, swan. We have more blends and diagraphs, and then we have some more pages in here. Use this to, if you want to put something and reuse it over and over again, put it in here that is related to writing, and they can draw on it and then erase it. So let's talk about the components of keeping things in here. These are, I'm going to be doing an activity with you with this. So go ahead and help your student, your child, cut out the letters and keep them in a snack bag or a little Ziploc bag, because when we are going to do a together activity with this. So keep that handy for a later time of instruction. I knew I wanted to do that ahead of time, so I printed them out for you. So also you can do these, keep them separate from the alphabet in a separate bag, so that when it's time for us to do our activity, we can just pull that bag out. We have some more build some word pictures with some more of our double letter sounds or blends and diagrams. So there are, I printed out a bunch of different ones, just kind of save those in we'll do that later. Don't let your child color on them. Go ahead and help them cut them if they have a hard time cutting on the lines. Also, I left in there some blank paper. Try to keep this for directed work from myself, so that when I ask them to write something, they can use this paper for specific activities. So keep that. We'll tell them, and I'll tell the kindergartners, this is for assignments that Mrs. Gilly is asking you to do. So keep those special in your folder. We have our interreading workbooks. So after we read a story, there's usually always a reading response, and using the sight words and the power words in here. So this is what we have been doing in school. So keep this also in the folder so that it doesn't get lost. So they should know that it always goes in this front pocket. Then we have their daily journal writing. Now that's this black folder and a black notebook. And I usually just say your black notebook, but it's their daily writing notebook. And I have Zoe's here, and Zoe is an amazing writer. But they should know that they should write the date in digital form, and then write their sentence, and make sure that they use these guidelines after they're writing to help them with this. Did they use finger spaces? This was back in October for Zoe, and she used colors. She used crayons up here. They know not to use markers in here. They know to only use pencil on the writing, and so make sure that their letters aren't floating. And look at how far Zoe has come. She's using her finger spacing and really getting into writing. So good job, but make sure that they really take their time in their writing. So I love this one, Zoe. I like Ari. I like my cousins. So there will always be some kind of daily writing that I will ask students to do with a prompt. They don't have to use my prompt, but we will start continue back onto this. And let's see, last time we did this, was February 26th. Missed that. So this should always stay in their writing folder. So that's in that. Then in the back of their writing folder, I printed out some of our upcoming lessons. I've done it all the way. We're on week 1, and I have them for reading into our reading program all the way through week 4. So I don't have everything printed for you, but this is a good start, and definitely so when they complete a page, make sure that they don't complete it all. But when they are done, they can you can take a picture of it and just put it right back in the back of the writing folder. And then we also have our handwriting notebook, and I've always just called this the pink notebook. But I will assign them. You can just 1 page per day, front and back. And normally they would rip it out and take it home, but go ahead and just keep it in here, and you can put a little bookmark or a little fold to show them when the next day is. I love it. Emma showed us a good technique that her mommy taught her, is she just folds it right down, and then she'll know that the next one's here. And then when she was done with this one, she folds it up, and then she knows when to do the next one. So thanks, Emma and Mom, for showing us that tip. So this will always stay in the back of the yellow writing folder. So keep that together. And then we have our math folder. We use this, we reuse it. It doesn't belong to anybody in particular. So feel free to use dry erase markers, no pens or markers, keep them in there. And it helps us with our writing and our number chart. We have a penny game that we're going to be using with our hundreds chart, so keep that in handy. Now this their Ready Math notebook workbook that we use. Our math friends that go to a different class, they don't use these, so this would be new for them. So I don't know. So far, we're gonna be doing money this week, so I don't think we'll be using this, but I just didn't know how long we would go, so I thought I was going to bring it just in case. So keep the pages in there and in the notebooks, and then keep the book in the folder. Then we have our free write journal. If they just want to color a picture and they want to write a story, or just when they're finished, or you've cooking dinner and you just want them to write whatever they want without any direction from you, go ahead and let them do it in the free write journal. That one, I don't check their work. I don't ask them to revise it. It's just strictly for fun. And then we have our science and social studies book. No, I thought oh, here we go. So we have our social studies on this side and our science on this side. My goal is that when all of our work is done, it will be hole punched, and you will have the end of the year a compiled work of all their work. So as you see, we have here some work that we did that you didn't really get to see at home until now. I do have our COVID-19 2020 time capsule. So keep this in here on the social studies side, and I might assign 1 page a day, or we'll figure that out. But in the meantime, if there's something in here that they didn't finish, go ahead and allow them to finish it if they'd like. So that is our science and social studies folder. I think that's it for right now. If you have any questions, please let me know. But please, please, please keep the books and everything together. Keep it in a backpack if you need to. Keep it in a special place in the kitchen, somewhere far away from siblings, and keep them together just so that when this is all over with and we can come back to school, everything will be together and able to be continued to use. So thanks again. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right, thanks.